Everything architectural we've got inside the building, and we're pretty much showing it how it's going to go, real time inside the building. And what that's doing, it's helped, like say, with the constructability of the building, so we know who's going to go in where as far as mechanical contractor, an electrical contractor. This is showing us exactly where we're supposed to be, so we don't have some of the collisions that we, on a typical project that we run into, and really it starts eating up time, it eats up budget, it eats up, we eliminate a lot of the project's problems, 4 weeks before we even go in and start building the building itself. So we can really map out what we're doing, where this stick of copper pipe for, drinking fountain or whatever it might be, duct work inside the building. Like I said, we've gone through and we've mapped out. Like I say, this is showing one of the academic wings where where we got a lot of the congestions. A lot of this stuff is being done up above the ceiling. In typical buildings, you never even see what's going on up above with the electrical, the mechanical, all the equipment up there. But keep in mind, there's a lot of coordination between engineers, contractors, and everybody involved in the process to try to put this really to squeeze up into that ceiling space so we don't have the problems and the issues. Structure involved in this. We've taken it one step further and we've incorporated our project schedule. So at any given time we can click on a date, show where we're at, show the contractors, okay, contractor mechanical, you're supposed to be here on this date. You need to man up or whatever it might be to help make the schedule work with what we've got. So like I say, this really does show a virtual tour of what the building looks like. Once we get out on site, you'll see, you really understand what we've got going and what's going on in that ceiling space and why we run into such problems throughout a typical construction project, because there's just a lot of parts and pieces that go in up above the building or above the ceiling to feed all of our electrical outlets, all of our heating and electrical or heating and ventilating equipment, light fixtures, so on and so forth. A lot of it goes on up at the ceiling you never even see.
I think, John, too, that's helped speed the project up, because my experience has been, if you have a heating ventilation person, sometimes they have to go fabricate something and say, oh gosh, we got a pipe in the way.
Sure.
So that,
and with this, and that's what we're doing, is we've got buy-in from the consultants, the designers, the engineers, subcontractors, everybody's sitting, we meet on a weekly basis to go through, okay, this area is going to be ready for us to start building out on the equipment side by this date. You can measure your ductwork, how much ductwork, the sizes, the lengths, everything can be prefabbed on a remote location, and we're ready for it physically. It just goes up in the building, everything goes together fairly smooth. You will have a day-to-day problem here or there where maybe a mechanical contractor might not have put his ductwork in for what's on the drawings, but it's pretty easy to check that to say, okay, Mr. HVAC contractor, you didn't put it in where you're supposed to, you need to raise it up, or whatever it might be, to get the next guy down the line in place without slowing up the process.
How many contractors do you have working on this?
Right now, currently, we've probably got a dozen contractors between mechanical down to landscapers. At any given time, we've probably got 150, 175 upwhere to 200, 225 people on site working physically. You'll see as we're walking, we've not only got the building going on, but we've also got the site going on, and that's pretty much a whole complete set of contractors. The fields, softball, baseball fields are going. You'll see the track is built, paved, waiting for the synthetic coating, and then the field itself is just about ready for its surfacing. So the plan is to go ahead and get all the site pretty much wrapped up this season. So we've got the time in 09 to do the polishing up, turn over a nice looking building at the end site come fall of 09 for the kids. This is an example of what we're talking with the schedule. At any given time, we can click on a date, reference back to the 3D model to see if we are in fact where we're supposed to be as far as schedule-wise goes. And I wish we could build it this fast as what it's being shown. We're just a little bit behind on that part.
You are building it this fast.
it's just a slow motion version.
Yeah. Well, it's never fast enough for me. But you can see we've broken out the buildings in 3 buildings. We've got, like you said, we've got the academies on the east side, we've got the athletic side over on the west side, and then we've got our CTE side of the world on the south side. And like I say, as you'll see that pretty much all three buildings are coming up just as fast as we can possibly go on, you know, at the same time. We're looking forward to a big summer. You'll see as we start going through the tour itself, we're getting close to, you know, some of the finishes over at the academy wings of the building.